Hey everyone, it's Julia here for Gerda Steiner Designs and I'm back with another monster card. I love monsters, so you will see a lot more cards with this stamp set. And I'm not going to apologize for it because I just love these guys. It's my favorite stamp set from Gerda Steiner Designs. Ever! Seriously! So I'm starting out by stamping this little grumpy guy in the upper middle part of my card base. It's a standard A2 size card base. And then I'm coming in with a rubber stamp set by Stampin' Up! Called Perfect Blend. Now, before I do that, I realized I need a mask for the bottom part of my monster. So I'm stamping him on some scrap post-it tape. I ordered this 2-inch post-it tape from the US because I don't seem to be able to get it here in Germany. And it's great for a quick and easy mask. I really love this stuff. So now here's the rubber stamp. The downside with rubber stamps is you can't really see through them, which means you don't know where to stamp them exactly. To work around that, there's a tool called a Stamp-A-Magic. Mine is from Inkadinkado. It's basically a piece of acetate that you see there on the surface and this green positioner. You make sure they line up, and I apologize that part of the positioner is out of the focus area here, and you stamp the image onto this piece of acetate, and then before you do the next step, you secure your card to your work surface because you really don't want your card to shift. So you bring back the positioner, make sure that the acetate and the positioner line up again as they did before. Then you bring back your acrylic block, slide it in as you did before when you stamped on the acetate, and then stamp again. And that is just the perfect recipe to always have your stamp in the correct position. And I repeated this for the sentiment that I stamped here onto the coffee mug. Now, when I peel off the mask, you will see why I did mask it off. Now it looks like the monster is standing here on the coffee cup. So that was fun. And I kind of imagined that this was me, because me in the morning, if I don't get my coffee, I'm a little grumpy, like a little not so happy German person. So yeah, that's totally me, that monster. I just did some quick coloring here on the coffee cup with a few brown colors. I didn't do it. Later on, actually, I added some, I re-accentuated those black stripes that were on the side for the shading. I re-accentuated them with my white gel pen. You will see that in the close-up that I show you at the end of the video, I hope. And here I'm just shading the label a little bit, and I'm using the same gray colors for the what is that? Where the cup closes, basically. Now for the monster. Even if he's a grumpy monster, I felt he needed some circles. I just love to embellish monsters because they just ask for it. So I just drew some circles on him because I thought that made him look even more hilarious. I always like to color from dark to light, so that's what I'm doing here. Going from dark to light. And I do that because I oftentimes feel that I don't leave enough room for highlights. So to me, this is the safest method to make sure that I have enough room for my highlights. And yes, it's quite a bit of work to color around these circles, but in the end I feel it's worth it because it just looks more interesting than if he would be he would be just a solid colored mask, even if it's blended. I mean, I could do fur. I could try to give him the illusion of fur, but I actually just like drawing circles, I guess. And here I realized that maybe his lower lip is pulled forward, so it would cast a shadow. So that's why I added this here, so he would, so it would look even more dimensional. And then I'm doing the same on his eyebrows here, if those are even eyebrows. But I think that gives him an even more dimensional look. So I really like doing that. After some meandering and thinking how I wanted to do this, I actually fuzzy cut this little guy out and grabbed a craft card base, and then I used this background stamp by Impression Obsession to give it the illusion of like coffee splats. And I found this twine that is a light blue and a brown, so I can tie in the brown of the coffee and the blue of the monster. And then I spent, like 10 minutes fiddling this through the tiny holes before I finally got it done. And then I foam mounted my monster onto the card base. And of course I had to use my white gel pen to add some accents to the monster. Little white dots, and then some like assuming these are like bubbles, giving them some dimension. And of course my signature dots, as you guys like to say. because it just makes him a little bit more interesting, I feel. And then I grabbed my glossy accents with my fine tip applicator and added that over the eyes and over the circles that I drew. And of course I also used the glossy accents to adhere my little gems here, just to add some sparkle to the card. Here's a close-up and you can see where I added in those white lines on the coffee cup to accentuate it a little bit more. And here is a close-up of Grumpy, the monster Grumpy. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!